Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be sharing with you how to sidechain by automating the gain in utility. And this is not the only way to sidechain. There's actually a number of ways, like using LFO tool, for example, the compressor, or kickstart. But today we'll just be focusing on utility. I might go into how to sidechain using the compressor because that actually might be my preferred method. And also big shout out to my coach miles away for showing me how to do this. So if you want to take your EDM production to the next level, I highly recommend him. I'll leave all his links in my description below. But yeah, for those of you who don't really know what sidechaining is, it's basically we're dipping the audio from the saws and bass, for example, so that way you can make room for the kick to punch through the mix. And you can also use sidechaining for groove or making a groove as well. But for this video in particular, we'll just be more focused on making room for the kick to punch through the mix. But yeah, to show you an example, here's an example of a drop with no sidechain, and then we'll have an example with sidechain. As you can see, everything's just kind of, the kick is just like hiding behind the mix, and the bass and the saws are basically just blasting in energy basically. And this is basically with the utility or basically sidechain on. So as you can see, the kick is punching through a lot more than what it was earlier. So yeah, let's get into how to kind of create this automation using the utility. Okay, so basically here I have a utility that's grouped onto the saw stacks as well as the bass. And I basically press this button here so that way we can start setting the automation. Make sure you click the gain as well. And it's probably best that you move your kick pattern. So that way basically you can have the automation on where your kick is. So here's my kick pattern, and basically a good rule of thumb is to kind of draw these at, or make this automation at every quarter note. So quarter note from the 41 to 42 would be 41.2, and you also want to have another one here. And basically you want this to dip down all the way down, so that way there's no volume basically when the kick hits. And then after that you want to place basically another marker to where the kick kind of ends, and usually this is better done through hearing rather than visually, but probably there would be a good spot, and then moving it up to about 8 dBs. Now you can definitely play with this, but this is usually a good starting point. And then after that, make a little bell shape here. For Mac users, I believe it's the Alt key, or basically I think for anyone it is the Alt key, and then make a very subtle bell curve right there. And basically you should get something like this. Yep, there you go. And again, you can definitely, you know, get a lot more precise and play with these and stuff like that, but generally this is a pretty good starting point. And also make sure that this marker here is at 0. And basically to kind of sidechain the rest of your track, basically we just copy and paste this automation here, and then basically copy and paste it to wherever your kick plays again. So here's my kick pattern here, another one is here, and don't worry about it kind of overlapping, it'll work out just fine. I'll give you an example right here. Now if you do plan to use this method as your way of sidechaining, I would highly recommend for you to have like a very dirty sidechain or temporary sidechain on your drop or whatever first before doing it, just in case like you decide to change the rhythm or the pattern, basically the kick and snare. And then also so that way you can have a kind of like an idea of what your drop will sound like with sidechain on. So basically here I have again for the dirty sidechain is I'm basically using Ableton stock compressor. I'm pretty sure FL Studio and like Logic will have their own compressors and stuff like that. And we can probably dive deeper in another video of what this compressor does. But for the sake of this video and just to kind of give you the idea of what I'm doing, I'll just kind of briefly explain it. But basically here, to get to the sidechain tab, you press this button here, and then make sure you click sidechain, and then audio from, which is my ghost track here. And basically this ghost track is what kind of triggers the compressor. So every time there's this audio file here, it tells the compressor to basically work at whatever settings it is here. And you can simply, again, we're not going to go too deep, but I basically just put it, down the threshold so that way it dips the audio. And I just left the settings as default because we're just really going for a dirty sidechain. But this is basically with the dirty sidechain. But yeah, that's kind of how I would go about it if I were to do sidechaining with the automation method. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out in some way. If it did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Hit the bell notification symbol so you know when my next video goes live. It really helps me a lot when you do this, and I really want to do this full time, so that would be greatly appreciated if I could get your help on that. And then also follow me on my social media. I will leave all the links in the description below. And I also think I might want to try creating a community of producers and stuff like that, where we can all help each other, give feedback, and all help each other grow and stuff like that. So if you haven't yet, please also join the Discord. I'll leave again the link in the description below. Thank you so much again for watching. I hope to help you. Until next time, much love. Peace out.